instructor at the YMCA, and I'm here today to show you some office stretches that you can do either in your home office or in your work office to help you keep your muscles loose, to keep from getting stiff, and to avoid some of that back and shoulder pain that we tend to get from sitting all day. So the first thing I want to talk about is when you're seated at your desk. I'm going to back up a little bit here. You want to make sure that you are generally at a 90-degree angle and that your feet are resting flat on the ground. Sometimes it helps to have like a little ergonomic pillow or something propped behind your back just to support that lumbar spine. So you also want to make sure that your hands are about 90-degree angle and that your wrists are slightly elevated when you're typing on your keyboard. A standing workspace is always a good option as well to alleviate some of that tension we get from sitting. We tend to put a lot of weight on our spine when we sit all day, so it's really good every so often to get up and do a couple different stretches and some things that are just really easy to keep ourselves mobile. So when we're sitting, we tend to, we kind of lengthen, the muscles in our legs will lengthen. So if you're sitting a long time at a desk or in a car, the muscles in your legs, especially in your quadriceps, will kind of lengthen, and you can get tight through the hips, through the hip flexors, and through the hamstrings. So one way to combat that is to make sure that we're standing up and that you're taking some hip hinges. So you're going to have a slight bend in the knee, and you're going to hinge at the hip, and you're just going to hold that for about 8 to 10 seconds, and then stand up. And again, you're going to take a hip hinge, 8 to 10 seconds, and stand. So the difference between bending over and hinging at the hips is to engage and lengthen those hamstrings. You want to take that hinge. So I suggest holding on to your desk or a stable surface. I would not use a rolling chair. So you can really just get that hinge in there. You want to soften the knees to protect that joint and get that nice stretch in there. That is going to help lengthen the back of the legs and stretch out those hamstrings from sitting. Another option is to take alternating leg extensions from a seated position. So nice straight back, roll the shoulders back, and just extend your legs one at a time. Flex your feet and hinge from the knee and extend those legs. Just like that. So when we talk about our back and upper body, it's always good to stretch out the chest muscles, because just like when you're seated with your lower body, when we're hunched over and working like this, we tend to lengthen. We get longer muscles through the back, and our muscles will shorten up through the abdomen and through the chest. So then we find ourselves really kind of tense and then having poor posture, which gets the spine out of alignment, and that can make your hips sore, it can make your knees sore, it can make your ankles sore. So we really want to focus on just keeping everything kind of even strength, front and back. So you want to make sure, first of all, that you're sitting with good posture, rolling the shoulder blades down and back, and keeping the chin at a nice neutral level. So you don't want to be looking up at your computer, and you don't want to be looking down. So you want to have it right at face level, so you're not spending large amounts of time with that neck out of alignment. Basic neck exercises would be just to hold on to one side of your chair and gently take your head one direction, and then release, hold on to the other side. And then you want to turn your head as far as you can one direction. Bring it back to center. Turn it the other direction. Back to center. Drop the chin to the chest. And take the up to the sky, keeping those shoulder blades back and back to center. Also, working on the side body, taking one arm up overhead and just reaching to the side, opening up through the side body here. And other side. And then for a chest opener, there's a couple different things. You can take your hands behind your head and pretend that someone is just gently pushing your elbows back. So you're going to pull that spine into alignment, keeping that chest nice and straight, and reach those elbows back. So you don't want to super arch your back, so kind of pull everything nice and straight. The other thing you can do is hang on to the back of your chair, bringing your chest forward and keeping that chin slightly down, stretching out the pectoral muscles, the tops of the shoulders, and the biceps. And releasing it down. Now another thing that you can do is extend those feet. Once again, if you have a rolling chair, you maybe want to back it up to a wall or something so it doesn't roll. And we're going to turn it here. Just extend those feet out and hinge at the hips here. Taking the gaze just right down towards your feet. This is another way to lengthen the back of the legs. And then it's always good a couple times a day to just move those wrist and ankle joints. Getting that mobility both directions, you can flex and point. And then taking a stretch for the wrists and rotating them around. So you can also just take some nice shoulder rotations, front and back. And take that head in a circle, both directions. So that's something you can do a couple times a day. I would say make sure you get up at least once every hour to get out of your desk, do a little stretching, walk around a little bit, get those muscles moving, get some of that weight and that pressure off the spine, and then do some of these office stretches 1 or 2 times a day just to keep everything nice and balanced in the front and back so you don't get tight on one side causing an imbalance on the other. So hopefully this was helpful. Stay tuned for some more videos coming up.